Okay, so we are going to do this lesson because it's pretty easy. You guys have already done this before. This whole chapter is about finding area or perimeter of different shapes, which you guys have already done the first one before. So it'll be easy. So we're going to go through it. So headphones out, please. Phones or YouTubes if you got it.
YouTubes.
Yeah, you guys aren't really the class that watches all the Fortnite videos, so that's not as big a deal.
Is that made I'm honest?
The freshmen are pretty bad. Alright, so our first lesson, we're just going to find the area of rectangles, parallelograms, and triangles. And you guys have done triangles before. Anybody remember the formula to find the area of a triangle off the top of your head?
Base no.
A squared plus B squared.
You're close. Base times side is part of it. There's another piece. That's okay. You'll remember it.
Got it.
Alright, so we're going to start with rectangles. How about the area of a rectangle?
Base times side.
Just base times side, right? In elementary school, you probably taught...
Times 1/2. That's
Called
the
it
triangle,
length
isn't it?
In elementary school, you probably call this length times width, but in this, we're going to do base and height. And when we look at rectangles and parallelograms, base will be the bottom part,
We did not know
and
that.
the height is going to go straight up.
Oh, I did not know that.
So you might need to like rearrange your shape, like rotate it around, but it'll be the same thing. So your base is going to be completely flat, your height's going to go straight up. So if I'm going to look at this rectangle, my base is right here, my height will go straight up. Parallelograms, it's actually the same thing. It's base times height. But in a parallelogram, base and height might look a little funny. So, my base is this completely flat side right here. My height goes straight up. So my height is not a side. My height is not this side right here, for example. It's not that. It is going straight up, and it's this piece right here. That is my height. So be careful on parallelograms, because your height could also be like over here. If you had your base like this, this could also be your height if you wanted to. You'll see that in a minute. So they can be a little sneaky sometimes, but they're not really super difficult. They're just a little sneaky. So let's look at these two pieces here. So my base is my, oh yeah, I forgot I made this slide already.
Oh my.
Oh well, you wrote it down for nothing. I mean extra work. Okay, my base is completely flat. My height has to go straight up from it. So when I look at this left parallelogram, my base is flat, right? My height is this piece right here in the middle that goes up. This 4.5 is this side. I don't need it. That is there just to confuse you. So if I'm going to find the area, I'm just going to go 4 times 5, which is 20. And because we're finding area, we need units. So I need to go inches, because it's area. And when it's area, it's squared. Inches squared, or squared inches. Phrase it backwards, right?
Oh, yeah?
Okay, on this other parallelogram over here, it's the same kind of idea. If my base is this flat piece right here,
Do you know when Mr. Emmett is?
nope, you might be actually out at golf or something.
Go.
As I think about it. On this parallelogram on the right,
You gotta get practice first.
if this is my base because it's completely flat, right? My height has to go straight up, and the straight up piece I have is over here. That's fine. The 4.6 is just to confuse you, so we don't need it. We're going to go 2 times 3.5, which is 7. And I need to make sure I have my units because it's area, centimeters squared. Area is always a square for units. Pretty easy, right? Just a little sneaky. Alright, you guys are going to try a random one here in just a second. Alright, I want you to find the area. Maybe. And, like always, pay attention to the numbers, not how the shape is.
Done.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy. And I'll tell you what, let's make all the units on this, let's make them feet, because I should have put that on here. They're units feet. Let's find the area. Real quick.
Units is going to be done.
Real quickly.
Yeah, 3 inches. Whatever. How
Yeah.
you quote me on that.
Spider glitches.
Alright. Tiana, what's your base?
8, 1.
Krista, what's your height?
This
Eight.
does look dumb.
1 times 8 is 8, so my area is just 8. The
I did it in the bottom
square.
one.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. I actually probably should just leave the line. And then the 4 was there just to confuse you. Alright. Let's do another random one. Let me move it around a little bit.
Kind of hard making a website from scratch.
Not bad, unless you're doing it from HTML.
I remember they have like weird codes for like colors.
Mm-hmm. Just text.
What is it called?
Text it this one.
Oh, okay.
Alright. One more problem. You guys can do this next one too. After I get rid of that stupid 0. 2 0. What is this nonsense? Nothing but shenanigans.
Oh.
What the? You know what?
Wait, wasn't it 4?
We're gonna say it's 4.
Oh.
That one's 4.
Yeah.
All right, find the area
I cared about that
on
one.
this next one.
I don't know what 7 times. Wait, it's 35.
No, that's 7 times 5.
Does anybody know?
Is it
That's mostly.
Okay, wait.
Is
what we have
it
to
still
do-
feet?
Yeah, feet. The whole thing. But
Puzzle.
If you guys knew that, you're pretty smart.
I just would it be this one or would it be this?
So did I.
So remember, if the base is flat, the height goes straight up. Does the 4 go straight up? Is that
Oh.
on the side of the straight? No.
Exit ticket was easy.
Yeah. All right, Lark, which one's your base?
Oh, the bottom one, 6.
Chloe, what's your height? Yep. Because your height has to go straight up. If your base is flat, your height goes straight up. The 4 is this side right here, right? Is that side going straight up?
Oh.
No, it's slanted off to the right. So we're just going to go 6 times 7, 42, and feet square. Alright. We got triangles next, and you guys, actually Chloe already gave us the formula. What was it?
Base times height. Base is 2 times 1 is 5.
Yeah.
5.
So for a triangle, it is base times height times 1/2. Or the easy way in Desmos, if you're going to do it, will be 0.5 times your base times your height. So 0.5 times the math. Okay, and just like before, if your base is flat, your height has to go straight up. So if I'm going to look at this one down here, if my base is 5, my height has to go straight up, which is that 4 right there. And I'm going to go 0.5 times 5 times 4, which is 10. And you know what? Let's make the units on this one also feet. I need to go through and fix this. That's 10 feet squared. Same thing over here. If my base is flat like this, my height has to go straight up. So it's going to be 0.5 times 8 times 3, which is 12 feet squared. I made up my units as well.
5 times
0.5.
5. Yeah.
Come on up, turn off YouTubes.
I'm done.
As bad as Ruben. Moses.
10. 10 what?
I don't think that bothers him.
Alright,
Those are my friends.
so on this one, let's do a random one. Alright, I want you guys to find the area of this triangle on the left.
What's the fucking units?
Let's just do feet still. We'll do feet for our units, because I'm terrible at remembering units. I warned you that at the very beginning of the year. I always forget my units.
I don't recall you saying that.
Don't remember a lot of things.
Probably last year you did. Not this year.
I don't remember units. I remember saying that I don't remember them. Which makes complete sense. Alright, Tyler, what's your base?
2.
What's your height?
5.
What?
5.
5. Yeah. So my base is flat, my height goes straight up. I'm gonna go 0.5 times 2 times 5, just 5
Feet squared.
squared. That's it.
I'm tired.
Alright, next one. If I can hit the dang buttons.
Oh, come on, Gulps.
Shush.
Hey, you shush. You shush.
Alright, find the area.
Oh, this one's hard. Done.
I'm not
I
doing
hope I
anything
got
now.
it.
'Cause
2.
No.
That's
That's not
wrong,
your
Mark.
answer.
That's wrong, Mark.
I see.
That's wrong.
feet squared.
B squared.
Hey,
Okay, I was kind of.
So what did you
Did
do
wrong.
wrong?
I was like,
your number is right. You just forgot feet squared.
I was like 4. I don't know.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Skylar, what's your base?
4.
So,
That makes
and
sense.
Ryan, what's your height? I guess this was actually really easy because it didn't matter.
Oh, exactly.
Oh,
Doesn't
well.
matter.
0.5 times 4 times 1, yeah, it's 2.
Feet
10
squared.
units squared. Alright, that's it, we're done.
Why?
Do your exit ticket if you haven't yet.
That is less than ever.
What are we supposed to do?
Why when you times a number by a decimal, it's like divided?
I never.
Do you have
Because it's
Socrates?
half a number.
What the heck were you using?
So
a
you're
book
halving the
as
number
well?
that
We have
you
Socrates.
No, that's just for people who have them.
Pokey. We have Socrates on.
No, but I'll turn it on right now.
Come on.
So, do your exit ticket. And real quick though, I'll give you a hint because
What?
what's your base on this one?
6.
No trouble.
7. 7.
7.
7.
Is this piece right here part of the triangle?
Yeah, no, but.
So what's your base?
5.
5.
What?
Your base is
Whack.
5.
Schwack.
Alright, what's your height?
12.5.
Oh, that part was easy. But be careful. Even though there's a number here for this 2, it is there just to confuse you.
Confusion.
Your base is really only this piece right here.
Mm-hmm.
So watch out, because it's not difficult as much as it is sneaky.
Can I go to the bathroom after I do my exit ticket?
Yes, yes
Oh, I guess.